Do you have a funny story you can share with us from your school days?
All right, well, I could share in public, right? very different question. Filter through stories and find one that's kind of appropriate. We were having quite a lot of memories actually at our reunion thing last week. So well, it's appropriate. No, well, I found out actually we were talking about it last week because our form teachers were also there, and he was actually talking to us about this thing. So I was at school during Euro '96, which you guys won't remember, but. No. European Championship when it was back in England for the first time, and that was a big deal because we hadn't had a big football tournament in England for 30 years. We hadn't won anything in a very long time, and we had a lot of expectation. And we had this great song, which you guys actually do they redid it for one of these World Cups? The Badil and Skinner Three Lions. Football's coming home, right? So that was the original time of that song. So it was really it was a big deal. I mean, I was 16. It was a big deal. That whole thing. One of my best friends from school was a Spurs fan, and there were lots of Teddy Sheringham, who were Spurs fans from the team anyway. But we were at school, at boarding school, and we did a lot of homework and all the rest of it. And I can't remember which games it was, but he and I desperately wanted to watch all the football. So we had managed to smuggle in, or I'd smuggled into school some kind of old handheld TV, which is this chunky thing with a big aerial that you could kind of receive a TV signal from, but it obviously didn't work brilliantly, and it was some very old thing. So I smuggled this thing in, and we had to go up to the top during the time we were meant to be in our class or whatever doing homework in the evening. He and I kind of nipped up to the top of the school in this attic to go watch TV because in case you could get a reception. And I'm trying to think what game it was. Anyway, it was an England game or some other game. Anyway, we were jumping up and down. Someone scored. We were kind of singing, and it was like the scene from a movie because we were totally absorbed in the moment. And then obviously turned around, and standing at the doorway was our teacher, who was nonplussed, and it was just one of those things where and he'd already told us once, by the way. So the other thing is he'd already busted us once a few days before and told us to take this thing home, which we obviously didn't listen to. But in any case, it was just one of those. We were kind of in full embrace, screaming and shouting 3 lines, and then you turn around and they're like, "Oh, yeah, big silence, a lot of trouble." Anyway, but we were funny enough because we were laughing about that the other night.